today's experiment is Hall effect. So in solid state physics, we have studied about Hall effect. So what happened when we dope your semiconductors? Then we get N type of materials and P type of semiconductors. So it has holes or excess electrons. So if you are having holes, extra holes, it is called P type material, and if it is having extra electrons, it is called an N type material. So Hall effect basically what is observed that when we apply a magnetic field, so because of that magnetic field, there is a transfer of charge from one junction to another junction, and if a charge is transferring from one, the density of charges, like charges, means positive charges will accumulate at one point and negative charge will be going at the other side. So if it is N type of material, when we apply a magnetic field, so we are having electron. So electrons, what will happen? Electron will start moving from one place to another place. They will start traveling from one surface to another surface. So if they are traveling from one surface to another surface, there will be give rise to a potential difference. So it is observed that in a semiconductor we are having, if they are doped, we are having a potential difference between two same surface when we apply magnetic field. Okay, so that if we are having potential difference, you will have VH, that is called Hall voltage, and if they are having a voltage, there will be current which will be flow inside the circuit, and that is your Hall current. So we will try to find your RH value, which will be constant for a given specimen. Okay, so in this experiment, if you see here, we are having one. These are our setup. This is my kit. This is our kit, which will be used to give the input current, magnetic current. Okay, so because we have to apply a magnetic current to the specimen. So this is my ready-made kit. Okay, and here we are having electromagnets. So they are electromagnets, means we apply the magnetic, we pass the current. That current will be your magnetic current, and because of that magnetic current, there will be a magnetic field will be induced in between these two electrodes. Look at that. Okay, and here, and this is your this is my specimen. So if you see here, this is our specimen. Very small part which is attached to this. The end part is attached with this specimen, which is very, very expensive. Okay, so what I am doing, first I have made the distance between two electrodes, that which we are having a magnetic field. I have made it around 1 centimeter. How to do that? We have a block, and the thickness of this block is 1 centimeter. So I have put it inside this. Okay, and then we have adjusted. So after putting inside this, I have adjusted, and it has come to be 1 centimeter exactly. So the distance between two electrodes is 1 centimeter. That will remain constant throughout the experiment. Then what you have to do, you have to insert this inside this electrodes. So I will insert it in between this. It should be like in between, exactly in between the two electrodes. So we'll try to fix that. So fine. So we have adjusted in between these two electrodes. Yes, so it is in between the two electrodes. Okay, I have adjusted it. Now what we have to do, we have to pass the current. Okay, so we have to pass the current inside. Fine, so we have adjusted now. Now what we will do, we will pass the current in the electromagnets. So when we pass the current in the electromagnets, the electricity it will create a magnetic field. Okay, and because of that magnetic field, you will be having potential difference between two surfaces, and that can be measured with the help of this two. This is a probe current, and we are having a Hall voltage. So this will give us directly your reading. Okay. So how to go with this experiment, you can look at this. So first part, what I will do, I will fix your Im, which is a magnetic current constant. Okay, and we'll change the value of probe current. IS stand for probe current. So we'll change the value of probe current 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and we'll measure the corresponding value of the Hall voltage. Okay, so 4 different values of Hall voltage we'll measure. And how you will get 4 different values? First, Im, we have kept it around 100 milliampere. So 100 milliampere plus, I first take plus 50 milliampere, here plus. So for plus combination, you will have VH1, plus minus combination you will have VH2, then minus plus combination you will have VH3, and then minus minus combination you will have VH4. So depending upon IM and IS value, you will have four different values of the voltage. So we will have four different values of voltage. Okay, then what we will do, we'll find the mean, and while finding the mean, we don't have to consider the sign. Okay, you have to take the if it is positive or negative, you have to take the values, and then you have to take a mod of all the values and then find a mean. Okay, so because what will happen if your one value is positive, other one is negative, if we add, then it will become 0. So you should not do that. So for 40 you will get 4 different readings of VH value, for 50 you will get 4 reading, and then 60 you will have 4 readings, and same for 100 you will have 4 readings. Okay, and then we will get VH value, and then we have to plot the graph. And here what we have to do in part 2, you have to fix IS value constant. So I'll fix IS as 40 milliampere. Okay, then we'll change the value of the current. Okay, magnetic current. So I will change the magnet current. Okay, and while changing the magnet current, I will start with 100, 200, 300, 400. You can go by 50, 50 also, 50, 100, 150, 200, 350, 300, like that. So depending upon the reading you want, you can go in either of these two way. And then same thing, your plus 40 plus IS plus IM, you will get 1 VH value, then plus minus, minus minus, plus minus plus. So using all different 4 combination, you will get 4 readings, and taking 4 readings you have to find the mean, and then we'll plot a graph. So this is the entire thing which we have to do. So let's just see here what are the things. This is your theory part. Okay, then you have to find the mean. Okay, fine. This is your current value. Okay, I will directly jump to this. Here if you see, the thickness of a sample is already given, 0.014 centimeter. That will remain constant, and here IS value will change, and depending upon that we will get all the value. And then here the second graph value, and then we have to plot a graph of VH versus IS, and here for the second I will plot a VH versus B. So that IM value which we have taken, that is in this IM is in milliampere, but you have to convert this milliampere. This is current. So how much current if you are giving 100 milliampere current, so how much magnetic field it will produce. So that table is given by the provider. So we have this table. Look at this table. So for 50 magnetic current, you will have 300 increasing. This is the increasing and decreasing value. Okay, because when we increase the current, then you will get different values, and when we decrease the magnetic current, you will get different value. So when we are increasing it, then you have to take the increasing value, and when we are decreasing it, we have to take decreasing value. Okay, so with this we will try to plot the graph of current versus your magnetic field. Okay, and then from both the graph you will get RH value. Okay, so RH is a Hall coefficient, and Hall coefficient will be almost the same for if we do the experiment very systematic way. So I will show you how to perform the experiment. I will suggest switch it on. Look, I have adjusted the first value. So if you look here, the reading, the current I have made it around 100. Fine. So it is very sensitive, so we can take it as 100. Then fine. So 100, and here we have adjusted a current is around, suppose I am taking 40. So we'll adjust the probe current as 40. This is, since it is our first initial adjustment, I have a probe current that is around 40. Okay. So for probe current 40, you have to check the VH. So here both are positive, means plus IM and plus IS. You are having minus 0.84. Okay. Now before taking the value, you have to ensure that when we have removed the probe, whether it's 0, it's almost 0. So means your adjustment is correct. Okay. So we have adjusted it correct way. So we don't have to worry about it. So my value is around 98. It's like actually fluctuating. I will fix it again. Okay, so I have fixed that value. So current is IM value is around 100, and this is 40. Okay, and the 40 you are getting current which is 95. Then what I will do, I will increase the probe current by keeping that constant. Okay, so this 40 I will make it fine. So okay, now we'll make it 50. Yeah, so we have, suppose we have made it, this is around 50, we are getting current plus minus 1.28, then we will have a 60, 1.38, then 70, 70, 1.54, then 80. You can see that current, when we increase the probe current, your value of Im, that is VH, is increasing, that is in negative. So when both are positive, I am having the value which is VH negative. Now what I will do, I will make it, this one value we have to make it negative. So this is one set. Now for the second set you have to make either one of these two negative. So what we can do, I can make this VH negative. So I have plus minus wala reading. So for plus or minus reading you have to use the same probe. So I will make it negative. Look at this. So this minus 30, then we will have, this is this is 40. So for 40 there we were having minus 9.94 something, but here you can see, here we are having plus or minus combination, and here the reading is 1 point something. Okay, it's 9.9 something, it has increased little bit, 0.97 something. Okay, so 0.97 plus, then I will increase it further. So 40, 50, 60, so on, you will see here the VH value is positive. Okay, then what we will do, this is one combination, then I will change it again. So we'll change it again, we'll make this as negative. Okay, so we'll make this as negative, minus 100, we'll keep it constant. Okay, and then I will do the same thing here. So minus 20, minus 40, minus 50, minus 60, and so on. So we'll take all the negatives value, so minus wala. So this is the third set, then I will make it positive. So this I will make it positive, so it will make us a fourth set. Okay, so this, with this we will do the first part. So here look at this. So here minus and positive, minus plus, you are getting plus reading. So we have observed that either one of these two is minus, you are getting plus value, and when both are negative, we are getting minus value, and when both are positive also, we are getting minus value. So you will get four different, two in two you will have negative answer, and two you will have positive answer. Okay, so that we have observed. Now for the second part, what you have to do, we have to put your current constant. Okay, so I will make this VH constant. So I will make it around 40, because that same value we have taken. So now I'll make this constant, and then I will increase the current. So increase the current means 100, 200, 300. Suppose the current is 100. So for 100, what value we are getting, that value you have to note it down. Then for 200, what for Im value 200, what value you are getting, that you have to note down. 300, 400, 500, and so on. So you will take, and we can take in the interval of 50-50 also. So 50, 100, 150, 200, that's, and so on. So this reading can be taken out. So these two are the readings in which we have to take, and then using this, all this reading will plot a graph, and from the graph you will do the calculation, and from the calculation we will find the Hall coefficient. So this is a very simple experiment. We just have to take all the readings. It's a ready-made kit. Okay, and we will get the answer. So that's it for this. So I hope you have understood the things. We have kept it in between. This is your electromagnets. Here we are having a Hall effect kit. Okay, so that's it.